the way to the max.
We
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
Ay.
This shit slap, this shit black.
shit
Tell the
black,
DJ, won't you bring that back?
Bring
Turn
that
this
back.
motherfucker up, had the whole club spank.
Yeah.
Yes, now that's a change right there. You know, that's what we talk about. So I'm just it's just funny you say I was moody and I got and I don't go and I'm not outlandish because I was saying that last night listening to the podcast, and I'm just sitting there like I don't even want to hear myself sometimes because I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Who's this?
So you just
who's this
like
nigga right here talking? This
personal changes? Is that what that is?
You said what?
You just feel like you're changing as a person, right?
Well, I've gone through a lot this year. Well, last year I went the worst. Last year, during that whole season, during the pandemic, that whole season doing that podcast, the whole season doing season 1, I was depressed. I was at a dark moment. Though every episode, all the way up until my son was born, I was at a dark moment because stuff was going on with me and my son's mother, and complications with the baby, and I hurt the woman. See, people always try to say that I act like I'm almighty and I'm perfect because the way I post and preaching and shit. No, the fuck I don't. I'm a fucking piece of shit at times. I'm a true piece of shit. But I'm a man enough to admit that shit though. So when girls try to compare me to other niggas, I'm like, bitch, girl, shut the fuck up. You trying to compare me to niggas that lying right to your face. I know my faults. I know I'm fucked up. All that shit. So I don't be want to hear these dumbass bras that ain't got no damn man. Because it's always the ones who sing got some negative to say. Ain't never the happy women in happy relationships and shit. Never come at me in no negativity. Never come at me in no any disrespect. It's always the bitches who are single or got a piece of shit ass nigga. That's what it is. And you're right. I don't think I might not ever get back to I'm not saying my outlandish just, because that's still in me. And I still talk like that though. I just don't be talking like that so much on the podcast per se, because, people get sensitive. And I think that talk in the beginning we had right before the first episode, about being more chill. That's always been in the back of my mind too, because, people like I seen it in my favorite podcast, the Joe Budden podcast. Now, 2 of the podcasters left like a month ago, and they do 2 episodes a week. So everybody thought the podcast was going. Yeah, so everybody a lot of people thought the podcast was going to fall apart, but Joe, being the great man that he is, brought in 2 of his best friends, and the pod actually is better now than it was just a month ago with the 2 replacements. To the point where people were mad at the 2 replacements, but now people are like, yo, keep these replacements on. So it's like, and these people he started the podcast with, they were his friends. They start the podcast, Joe Budden's podcast even got this huge just because they were just a couple people talking shit, recorded it picked up traction, and then before you know, they was getting paid for it. They just was just recording them talking shit, and then before you know, they got paid for it. And so it's like, I've got to make sure that, so I think about things like that, and this just recently happened. It made me think, I'm like, damn, what if Cairo and Imani just feels like, for whatever reason, they feel some kind of way, be like, you know what, I'm not feeling it. So yes, I still do be wanting to be outlandish and say some shit, but then I think about how people may feel. That's why I don't make the little comments like you like last season 1. So yes, it has been a major difference. What's up, Cairo? Welcome to the party.
What's going on, guys? So sorry for the time.
Everybody got backgrounds now. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, but niggas are 24. Sometimes I just gotta live and gotta do things differently. So here I am. I'm popping into the show. I'm here.
This motherfucker is crazy. Monty told me that. Monty was telling me how much I changed from season 1. Like she broke it down instead of just making a comment. She broke it down my change from season 1 to now. Mm-hmm. She said. Actually, I don't even want to tell her what she. I want to get your opinion because see if it coincides with what she just said.
Yeah.
Because she just broke it down, just gave me some shit that I was already thinking about, but it was good to hear from her. So I want to hear from you.
I think you have. Are you recording all this? I hope you're recording all this.
Yeah, this is recording.
Good, great. I think you have learned to, hear other people a little better. Like I said, the podcast was very much a passion project for you. So that automatically, makes you want to take over everything. You want things a certain way, but you took the time to be like, okay, like I brought these people on for a reason. Let them give their insight. And, it worked out well. Even just with having conversations, I think you've learned to not say everything that comes to your head right off the top. You don't make all the comments. You just let things rolling off. I think the biggest thing has been patience and control with you, just kind of letting things, just flow and work out how they need to be, and whatnot. Yeah.
That's kind of in par what she said.
Well, that's a very positive way to put it.
Crazy things last season. Now I'm not as crazy. I don't say the shit that she be expecting me to say, because I do notice during the season, Imani be like, "Oh God," and then I say something, and then I hear Imani be like, "Oh, okay." I hear her like,
yeah.
Because I listen to the episodes. I listen to every episode multiple times, recorded it and shit. And so I be listening to the little reactions. I'm like, "Hey, Imani, I get all shocked that I didn't go in like she thought I was."
Okay.
Facts.
Imani be acting shocked like a mother. Like,
I want to see if I can share JT before we. I'm gonna mess up my whole thing. It's not.
I was going to say, I'll probably slide out before your guest actually comes on, just to make it make sense. But I'm here right now. Because
Imani said, before we go, Imani was saying I was moody and I be talking shit. And I was like, I talked more shit to Imani last season than I did this season.
Mm-hmm.
You did, but you more grumpy this season. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what she said. I'm moody and grumpier.
Yeah, you more grumpy this season.
I don't know. And it's crazy because my two best episodes, I felt, with the guest wise, was the ones that Imani missed. And it's crazy because I look at Imani, I look at Imani like in the highlight that sometimes, a lot of times when I think of guests, I think about the guests and how they would impact and what Imani would take from it. I always think about that. I think I was like, I wonder if this guest. So when Imani misses like my birthday episode when I had a bunch of grown men talking about things, or even you, Cairo, because you hang out with standout men. I was like, man, I had an episode of standout men on here. I was like, damn, both missed it. I could have missed other episodes. I wouldn't have, but that one I was like, damn, I would have like got to be on that one. And even last week with the boss woman, Cairo, glad you made it. That was a very like that episode. Shout out to the ladies that came on last week too, and boss women talked. Like that episode, like I learned a lot about that in that episode. I learned a whole lot. You think you could never learn too much about women. You can never learn too much about men. I learned so much about myself watching that I've been paying attention to and stuff. So it was like, so I was like, especially when I had the women on, I was like, man, it would be, but when you told you might have been on, I was like, cool, I'm glad we invited these women on, but it's cool to get that empowerment thing. Cause that's the whole point of this podcast. We trying to power motherfuckers. We trying to educate, empower, yet entertain. Ooh, the triple E's. Educate, empower, and entertain.
You took that from me. I just want to let you know that, but whatever, that's okay.
You probably did. I had the eyes, the insight, ignite, inspire, and influence. But you probably did say that. I think I do remember you saying that. So yeah, you got that. You got it. Kick us off, Imani.
All right, y'all. All right, let's get into this. First of all, thank you for tapping in with us. Hold on, wait.
No,
Imani, you know how you're supposed to do the intro.
No, that's not my official intro. I want to see something. Let me make sure y'all can see this first.
Are you seeing
for real? Let me make sure.
Let me check on these people real quick. Wait.
Okay,
so you can see that. Let me see. Okay, cool. But I hate that this thing is right there. Let me see if it goes away. Okay. All right, cool. I wanted to make sure.
I gotta remind myself to edit this part out.
Go ahead, Imani.
All right, y'all ready?
Hold on.
Oof, try my best.
Ready, right?
We're recording.
Y'all here?
We're recording.
No, holy shit.
Hey man, if I pop out of this, I pop out of it. You know.
Oh my god.
Hey, JT can always edit the clips from me from the beginning.
Yeah, but we can hear the noise too. Of everybody's
Cairo, you
background.
are stressing me
Oh,
out.
Unless, yeah, nah.
All right, let's just intro.
Imani, if you don't want me to stress you out, I'll just hop off and try to get on later.
You just wanted an excuse to hop off, Cairo. That's all this is.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, we spent the hour waiting on you.
I know.
Right,
I was
you
here.
can do this.
I thought y'all were ready when I hopped on, but
You're one of those.
She's
let me just.
You is feeling good.
Oh, I can't bet.
I don't know where.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, you know what?
We're gonna keep this recorded too, so they can see how foolish she acts. So let's go. Keep going. All this shit gonna be on there. Watch. This my.
Go ahead, Imani. We start the show with me. Start the show.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay, it is a lot.
Cairo, mute
Okay, there we go.
yourself.
Thank you. All right, hello, beautiful people. Thank you for tapping in with us. The Authentic Podcast. Start over.
I was about to say she don't remember the name of the podcast. After 40 episodes, this is the 40th episode, and she's sitting here still
the Authentic Podcast and Speaking Nerds. Everybody knows the name of the podcast, JT. Anyway, well, not everybody, but I know. Anyway,
Let's do it again. Kick it, Imani.
Do this again. Hi, beautiful people. Thank you for tapping in with us to the Authentic Podcast and Trigger Nerds. I am producing today's episode, so I'm going to do things a little differently. So we're going to intro my co-host, Imani Fe, but this time we're going to change the intro up a little bit. I want them to say one random fact nobody knows about them when they intro themselves. So we have JT. JT, can you let us know something that people may not know about you? A random fact.
I'm a nice guy.
JT, this has to be true. So can we just do like an actual fact, not a myth? Because no.
A fact. Early this year, I just won a trophy in a flag football tournament because I have my own flag football team, and I won a trophy this year. I don't think I told many people that. I think I mentioned to you guys, but I play flag football in the midst of everything I do in my life. You know, so
nice. Okay, Cairo, Mr. Cairo, can you tell us a fun fact we may not know about you?
Fun fact. What's a fun fact? Hey, how you doing?
Bree, this is Cairo. This is Bree.
See, I told you this wasn't gonna work.
That's his fun fact. He has no consideration.
Fun fact. I hate the color blue, but I only wear it in shoes.
There you go.
You hate the color blue.
You hate blue? But you see your background. Well, all right, cool. All right, well, fun fact about me, I love Mortal Kombat. Can we just say that? And motorcycles and stuff. All right, so
Did you like the movie?
I like Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I watched it last night. Yeah.
Was it good to you? I haven't seen it yet.
It was amazing. I have to rewatch it though because I had a big boy around. So, but it was fun still. He was all like listening to the screen like, it was so cute.
You said you had some big boy around?
Baby boy around. My
you had a kid around?
Yeah, it's my boyfriend's son.
Oh, I'm sitting here like
pretty much like my stepson, but we ain't married yet. We ain't married, but yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck you. I was like, boy. I think you about to say you was with family, and I was like, I don't know no boys in your. Okay, makes sense.
No, it was a baby boy, but it was cute because he was all into. He was like, huh?
What? He can't watch Mortal Kombat?
But it was worth it, huh?
He can't watch Mortal Kombat?
You said he can't watch Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat is. Well, I don't know how old he is, so.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's
but
cool,
yeah,
though.
no, it was fun though. Yeah, it was cool. It was a good night. I'm gonna rewatch it again tonight. Just because That's one of those movies you have to constantly watch. Hold on, did that pause me?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just,
Okay. That's one of those movies you have to constantly watch. But I want to go ahead and get into this. So, as you guys know, DMX did pass away. Come on, JT, can you give me back permissions?
I got you. There you go.
There you go. Thank you.
I was doing that. Yeah, let me get there. Just keep. Don't worry. I go.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
That's what I was doing.
My bad.
Yeah, it better be my phone.
Whatever. All right. So, as we all know, DMX did unfortunately pass away. He was an amazing hip hop legend. I love, and we've noted this before, how, he said a prayer he had a gospel track on every album. He did not hide his drug addiction. He was very honest with everything. And so here's DMX. So they actually did celebrate him. And here you'll see the Rough Riders DMX truck. Apparently it's one of the most expensive cars. And there you'll see his casket up there. Beautiful ceremony at Barclays Center in New York. People such as Kanye West Squire was there. Of course, Eve, the Rough Riders. We had Nas, Jay-Z. Nas and DMX actually did the iconic Belly movie together. Mm-hmm. So rest in peace to DMX. He's very much so a legend. Now, we also lost two other hip-hop legends or icons. We lost Black Rob also recently, and we also lost Shock G. So rest in peace to those two men as well. Now, it's just been a lot going on. We have the pandemic. We have all this police brutality. It's just a crazy time now. America has always been one where we fought for equality and justice, but can we just say things are piling up? So police brutality, as we know, the verdict for George Floyd did come in. Derek was charged with 3 counts, second-degree murder, unintentional, second-degree manslaughter, and third-degree murder. Now, the same day, that was a big, victory for us, especially as Black people and people supporting Black people. There were stores planning to cover up and board their windows just in case he was found not guilty, because there were definitely going to be some protests. But the same day, literally minutes after the verdict was announced, there was a 16-year-old girl named Kaya Bryant who was killed by police in Columbus, Ohio. Now, the story with her is apparently she was getting jumped, or there were girls there, and she called the police. Police ended up shooting her. They're trying to say that she had a weapon, a knife, but there has been speculation that maybe that's not the proper video, or it's not an accurate video. I found the video very weird. We cannot play it here for copyright reasons, but rest in peace to this beautiful angel as well. Now, in not other news, but the Black youth or youth period, it's just a lot going on. Here we have 13-year-old King Douglas, who was actually killed in DMV, where you and I are from, JT. DMV, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Sadly, he was killed by a 12-year-old. Now, we just really, at this point, our youth, we just really have to step in between social media, music, and everything, as beautiful as it can be. We still have to make sure that we're giving them guidance and just trying to be that ear for them. Now, a 12-year-old apparently killed this young man, so many prayers and positivity for his family. And I hope that this can kind of begin a conversation where we actually talk to our young people. And it's a lot of sad news, but we also have the beautiful Jocelyn Adams here, who was actually unfortunately killed in a drive-thru in Chicago, McDonald's drive-thru. So yes, people, we just really have to killed? So apparently she was sitting in the backseat, I believe, of the car in the drive-thru, and someone came shooting up the car. Someone else in the car got injured as well, but she unfortunately died. And this was in Chicago. So yeah, so with that said, there's definitely a lot going on. I just wanted to point out the fact that we have to just love on each other. We have to love on each other. We have to listen to our children, listen to each other. Don't be afraid to speak out. And let's just take one moment of silence for all these beautiful people we've lost.
Maybe.
All right. So JT, before I get more into and bring our guests on, is there a certain topic you'd like to discuss?
Yes, actually, two things. One, I just, the last month or so, I've been in a funk, even before my birthday, even during my birthday, after my birthday, because, I made a bad investment that ended up messing things up for me. And and I made this investment. It was a lot of money, more money I invested to in anything. And, it didn't work out. And I tried to brush it off because it was around the same weekend I would go visit my family about a month ago, but, and then I was able to not really think about it because my family and stuff, and my son was visiting and things like that. But when I got back, it really laid a funk on me. And, I tried to shake it off. And it wasn't until like recently, I was trying to figure out what the funk was, because it was like, no matter what, even the good stuff that was going on, I was still being in the funk. And I realized I didn't realize the magnitude of it. It's the fact that, it affected me in terms of financially of how I had things going. So now I had to recoup and then also I got in a car accident where my car got totaled, and I had some minor injuries that I didn't tell nobody about. We shot the podcast later that day, and I didn't mention nothing of it to you guys. And so those two things happened in like a 10-day time span, and just kind of put a sour mood to how I wanted my birthday to be. And, so I kind of just been, it really hit me hard. And the one good thing is to keep me through that normally would have really messed me up if I didn't have it, was my son. Cause it was just like, I'm looking at him and I'm like feeling disappointed, even though he got what he needs. I made sure me and his mama made sure he got what he needed, but it was just like, taking steps backwards when I was just going forward, and it affected a lot of things I had planned where I'm still coming from behind. But like, just the other day, I just joined I just started trading, Forex trading.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, that's dope. I have some relatives that are into that.
Because a lot of people are making money off of it, and instead of trying to trust people, because what I wanted to do, and I guess it can work like that, is trying to trust people into to trade my own money, which people do that, but you got to have the right people to do that. And with the trading, it seems like, because a lot of people make money, it seems like people are trying to not put others on about it unless they're close with or whatever. And, because it's money to be made, and it's like so many people, it's like people don't want to help others. They want to help or whatever. Maybe that's what I'm getting from the outside. But it's so much money that's to be made from it. And I've been making over the last week or so that got things back in motion to where I need to get to, so, you mentioned the moody shit, and, because a lot of people don't know what the hell's going on. And the old me would have been telling my life, like, I used to post all my stuff on social media, like, I got this going on, I got this going on. I don't do that shit no more. People don't know what's going on in my life. People used to know what's going on in my life. I used to tell it. People don't know what's going on in my life right now.
That's maturity, though, JT. That's maturity. You know, that's you growing in your journey and learning to kind of keep certain things private and not put everything out there. So that's actually a good sign. But just make sure you don't bottle that up. And at least you release to the people that
I normally don't bottle things. I usually talk about the stuff I got going on.
Yeah, you used to not. Yeah, exactly.
But people don't give a fuck about what you got going on. And that's not everybody, because there are people who have
that's not everybody. There are people who care.
Yeah, there's people who have my back like a motherfucker. So, and it's crazy how, because I was trying to get into it, and because I'm a spiritual person. So when every move I make, when it's business, personal, friendship, even someone I make my girlfriend or something like that, not just one of them, even someone I'm just maybe just dating or whatever, I always try to lie a spiritual tone to try to align, because there's beautiful women everywhere. And that's the problem with us men. There's so many beautiful women that a lot of men don't know how to shut down that lustful matrix in them that close that lust off, because it's like, damn, you got this fine joint, but then you see another fine joint, then you see another fine joint, and then it's just like, and then so guys be like, all right, I just want to fuck this joint right here, I want to fuck this joint right here, then I'm good. But then you say that, then another chick come around like, damn, I want this joint, and I want this joint, and then sometimes you wearing yourself thin. And I was a guy that was doing that, and I was doing it like shit. I don't do that now, and it's crazy because I'm not. I've catch myself like, well, there's so many times where I could be having just sex and things like that, like I used to. But I'd rather be with my son, or even if I'm not with him, I'd rather just be like,
that's beautiful.
Nice trying to edit or whatever. Just focus on, because even when you're just dealing with women, even if it's just a sexual relationship, it's still energies you attract. You still
that's energy. That's more people pulling from you, demanding stuff from you. And that's why I think it's good when you find that one person that you just connect with mentally, sexually, emotionally, just on so many, physically, like so many different levels. And you can chill with that person. You can have good conversation with that person. You can fulfill your needs with that person. That's beautiful. And it's like, especially here in LA, so many women, and the ratio of men to women is just completely off balance. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and then my hot topic I wanted to talk about, it's like, it lines to what I was talking about, like with the business and stuff. It's like, fall in love with someone who's actually your friend. Like,
I've said that so many times. Friends first.
But you're one of the few fine ass women that, because there's fine women, you got fine ass women. I'm not saying that to hit on you. I'm just like a fine woman, and it's like not every woman like you is gonna value friends and date your friend. Like that don't happen. And it's like, and a lot of my friends, even my friend who was on the episode last week, Michaela, she was talking about her marriage and stuff. Like, I got to see their relationship from day one. I remember when they first were just friends, and I remember I got brought on to do this music video, and I brought her on, and she came with him, and they were just friends at the time. And then I seen the thing blossom to where they was in a relationship, to like living together, and then they just got married like a year ago and stuff like that. And it's like, and I see, and their relationship is healthy. And I know so many other relationships out here, and just in LA alone, that are just like friendships that just built into love that came from something. And it's like, but so it's like, it's like you see that, but it's like not too many women are trying to date their friends. That's the type of that story you love. Like, a lot of women don't try to date their friends. It's like they just give him a friend. It's like he's just a friend, and it's like thinking about that because it's like
I don't know, JT. I mean, that is partly true, but it's just that I know so many couples, and like the ones that are married, they have a really like they either started as friends or their friendship is just amazing to the point where it's like that's where. Because to me, when you're friends with the person you're with, that's where the trust, the respect, and the loyalty stuff comes in, because it's like, well, dang, not only is this person someone I love and want to build with, but this is also my friend. You know what I mean? And that's where that comes from, you know.
And
But there are a lot of women, though. You do have a point. Mm-hmm.
And I think with the with that, it's like so many women. As a lot of women, especially the bad ones, that they separate friends from sexual attraction. So they sleep with the guy they may be sexually attracted to, but trying to have an emotional connection with a friend who may see more than just sex with her, but because she sees him as a friend, then it leads to confliction, and then she just wasting her body to a dude who don't give a fuck about her but her body, you know, and just fuck her off and things like that. She's stuck on this nigga, and it's like she's like, well, I don't see that with you. I just see you as my friend. I'm like, okay, wouldn't that be more the reason why we should get the chance to see where things could go? Because we're friends, you know, we gotta trust. You gotta trust with me that you don't have with the nigga you fucking on, you know, like when you want to give that somebody you got that connection with, but it's like a lot of times they'll be like, no, I just want that as a friend. I just don't see that with you. Let's keep it what we have. And it's like, because so many guys ain't trying to be a friend with a girl. They do.
Yeah, and that's what I was like. That goes on both sides, and I think that's just the toxic in us. You know, to kind of want the person that doesn't treat you right because they please you a certain type of way, versus the person who's good to you and
but the person who's good to you,
like or whatever,
the same kind of way. That's a nigga that's not treating you could treat you. And
but it's like that toxic trait doesn't allow people to actually go in deep enough to find that out. Like some people, it takes years to see that friend. Like a lot of the relationships where they were friends first, it took a while, like literally years. And first they were like, oh no, I'm not dating him. I'm not dating her. Well, it's usually the woman like, I'm not dating him. And then like they end up figuring out, wait a minute, this guy knows me. I love him. You know, he's always been here for me. And then they end up, you know, getting into something. And then that's when it grows. So you do have a point that a lot of the times, and that's just because I think people just take a lot of things for granted. You know what I mean? I think people always wanting something that they do not have. And so when something's there,
I feel like I feel like it's hard for because women are used to a certain man fabricating her mind with the bullshit and stuff and tapping into her love notes that make her attracted to him when he can really be a piece of shit that, you know, it's hard to be friends with someone that you're sleeping with. That's just your man. Because it's like you're trying to take the guy you fucking to be your friend instead of taking a friend, setting that friendship on fire and actually making some fire love out of that. And it's like, it's the confliction. And yes, it could be the toxic, but that's what's killing things. Social media too, but killing things. But I bring the falling love with friends because it's like, you know, there's certain situations where you can meet someone and y'all are just friends. You may be attracted to her, she might be attracted to you, or she's meant to see you like that, or she may have thoughts or may not have those thoughts. And then as time progresses, as times be spent, you know, they will probably gradually grow into that. More times than not, that don't happen though. Actually, it rarely happens, but it happens though. But it's like, it may not happen. Actually, it usually doesn't happen in the way we want it to be. A lot of us, especially a lot of women, they want the love to be the way they vision it to be instead of what God had for them. So it's one thing we want for us. It's another thing God has something for us. Because it's like we could get that woman with the pretty who holds you down, things like that. But it might not be in a time where us men may want it. And a woman may get the guy may be seeking, but it might not be in a time she may want it. But you know, but with women, because they have children and stuff, that could steer her path. Because guy who may have wanted to love her sees her now with 2 kids and out of a divorce, he may not look at her this thing. He might still be like, damn, that's the girl I used to want to marry that joint. And she might be like, I'll give you a chance now. But it's like, I don't look at you the same that I did 5 years ago. And that's happened a lot.
Yeah. And you know, JT, you make a good point. But the thing is, I feel like that's also vice versa as well. You know, as I know that like the male to female ratio or male to female, man to woman ratio is completely off. And it's just like, I feel like a lot of women, especially my friends or women I know, we always kind of say like men, they don't appreciate when they do have a good woman. And it's kind of hard finding a man because there's so many, like when you're a really good woman and you're ready to get married, have kids, you have a lot of things to look at. You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm going to bring up Kevin Samuels again because a lot of the times, you know, just like you feel that beautiful women or pretty women may not necessarily appreciate a good man or whatever, or you want a woman to be pretty and hold you down and all this other stuff. What if there's a woman you may not find as attractive that has all of the qualities that you're looking for, but you overlook her because she doesn't have that package, just like you feel women do. I know you've mentioned you feel women do with you sometimes. You know what I mean? And so,
and what I say to that is a very great point that you mentioned. And I look at it like this: and this is probably gonna sound narcissistic or whatever, but if I was just an average nigga just sitting here with no morals, no ambitions, that's not doing the shit that I do, then okay, maybe I could get that point. But like, I'm on a path that not every woman, whether she's beautiful or her body looks or mentally or whatever, ain't too many women that Malcolm X would have married, because ain't too many women that would have been strong enough to understand what the fuck he has to do to make this change. You know, same thing with Martin Luther King. He couldn't just marry just any woman. Martin Luther King probably was fucking other girls while he was married to Coretta. But Coretta had she understood his purpose and was willing to ride with his purpose and stuff like that. And it's like, you don't get too many. It was like, and you don't get too many that's going to ride with certain guys. And my mental, the way I look at things, the way I look at the world, my shit is different than a lot of these motherfuckers. And if to be arrogant, I feel like there's no man better than me. I truly believe that inside. Now I say that I sound arrogant, especially because I don't look or act like I should be the greatest man in the world. Like people like, who says that? That's how I really fucking feel. And nobody gonna tell me any different, you know, but you know, it doesn't have no but to that. That's just
well, here's the thing, Jason. What do you define as riding with someone? Because I feel like with men, they always like they want someone to ride for them or accept, oh, I'm a cheat, but I still need you to be there for me, or oh, this happened, but I still need you to be there for me. You know, why is it that women always have to sacrifice or compromise with men, but when it comes to women, the men are always like, oh, I need you to be here for me. And so, you know what I mean? Like, why is there always a term of having to ride with a dude? Why can't he then sacrifice and be loyal? You get what I'm saying? Like,
because that's the hard man to do. If more women, I believe, were open to a man cheating and giving him all things messy about it or things like that, it would probably be long-lasting marriages, because you know that's a lot of pressure.
You said it. I'm sorry. You said that one more time, JT. You said it. She does what?
I said it's a lot of pressure for men to just committed to one woman for the rest of his life. So it's like that's a lot of pressure on men to get married. That's the biggest pressure. Fuck the money and man provide, to be able to just be committed and fuck one woman the rest of your life. That's a lot. But if you got a woman that understands your sexual level, who might like girls or something like that, to where, you know, or if you do cheat, just, you know, because there are women that don't mind him cheating, just don't be messy about it. There are women that like, look, just don't give me anything, just don't. There are, but I gotta find that. The guys are trying to get that with, I'm gonna shortly, trying to get that with certain women, and a woman not be up for that, or a woman trying to get a certain man to be committed, faithful, but he's not mentally or emotionally or spiritually ready for that. And to answer your question, to bring him on about, like when you stand out, it's like when you stand out, everybody's not going. Every pretty girl ain't gonna get you. It's like you said, it's not that many men. There ain't too many men that's trying to impact the way like a Nipsey Hussle was. Ain't too many Nipsey Hussles making changes like that, you know. So it's like you need the right woman, and it may not be just the looks, but it might be just the looks, because you're like, you know what you deserve, and it's like so many women got so many different looks, certain bodies. It's like you, for a man, especially if he committed, you want what you want to deserve. You want someone who will understand, tap into your mind, your emotions, someone that you can cry to, and they're not going to judge you. They're going to just like, it's okay. You're a king. You're going to get through this. That stuff like that makes a difference. But when we got to carry themselves more mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But when you're popping your ass, I don't think anybody who's listening to trap music is a queen. That because trap music.
I listen to trap music and gospel.
I'm talking about like absorb that shit. I'm tell you why. Because that music and the stuff it doesn't embody a woman holding down her man. And if you listen to so much of that, you're not thinking, ooh, bust a nigga in the head, fuck these hoes. But let me be loyal to my nigga though. But this is all you. But just what you're listening to. It's those women who listen to that.
Yeah, that does kind of seep into your subconscious.
And I just sitting there gonna be like, what ride for a nigga? What? I need a nigga to give me Birkin bag and stuff. The city girls talking about pussy talk and all this. Like, if they're absorbing that, them chicks ain't whether they want to admit it or not. If you want to be real, them bitches ain't gonna get no real ass faithful man. No faithful man ain't fucking with no girls is listening to that shit. Shallow. It may sound shallow. Be conscious. That's the music be rocking, but it's toxic shit. It seeps into you, and you're just like, all right, I'm just popping it for a nigga, and everybody's trying to pop it for a nigga, and then want the nigga to be faithful. How you gonna pop it to you trying to pop it, but you want faithfulness? What the fuck you want to do? Niggas trying to be faithful to the bitch who's popping it.
What percentage of dudes are faithful? I mean, we just had a whole conversation where it's like a big deal for a man to sleep with one woman his whole life, and I think I feel like when it comes to hip hop, I feel like the female hip hop artists always come up and they're always like, oh, they're making all black women look bad, they're making all women look bad. When there's like even more of a percentage of male rappers who come talking the same stuff just from a male perspective or worse. You know what I mean? And what people don't realize is that women naturally, at least from my perspective, women are born to be more nurturing. They're born to want to be good to one person for the most part. It's when you're growing up and you see that these men playing games that you're like, well, shoot, why would I want to go and get my heart broken when, so what percentage of men are actually faithful for these women to actually want to be faithful back? You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like men are always complaining about women, but they don't have the mentality to be that faithful person they're claiming they want to be. You get what I'm saying?
Men are tired, when a man's tired of fucking, or when he's not driven sexually, which is hard because it takes a certain level of mental and more and spiritual strength. When you get to that point, that's when a man is really going to be faithful. But if he still wants to fuck, no woman, I don't care how fat her booty is or how beautiful or great she maybe is, if his lustfulness ain't fulfilled, he's going to continue fucking. Especially if the woman don't fulfill the things that he want anyway. Now, if he's tired of fucking, and then that woman, like I use Barack. Barack, I don't think was really driven as a sexual man because, when Michelle, like Barack might have cheated, who knows? But I'm sure it was no excessive cheating. We don't know. But he don't seem like a man that was driven sexually because he was probably with all the books and stuff. And so but if he was driven sexually and was seeing all this lustful shit and they was putting that in his head growing up, he probably would have been a freaky ass president. But nothing came out about Obama. Nothing.
Yeah, and Obama was, very smart being the first black president. He knew that he couldn't have the same type of scandals that white presidents had.
And they probably had to make sure that he was one of those guys that didn't do that too. They had to make sure, like, all right, he ain't the guy that's just, he's known for just sleeping around with a bunch of bitches and things like that. Mm-hmm. So
I respected that. He and his daughter staying out of the scandal for their daughter.
But most men, especially because it's nothing but sex online. Social media is nothing but sex online. You got everything. So it's like, it takes a certain level of mental, spiritual strength out of a man. And I don't care what man's profession is, or where he at in life, how much money he has, how much money he don't have. If he's not satisfied with himself in that less way or just fulfilled in himself, no woman's going to change that. She might inspire him to want to get, there's women that inspire men to want to get better, and to not do that, but the ones just stop him on a dime. You know?
So basically, a man being faithful is a combination of him actually wanting to be,
That's the
two, him
part.
being at that point in his journey, and three, actually meeting the woman that he feels is worth giving that lifestyle up for.
Yeah, because you know, there's certain women that I meet, and we're gonna bring you guests right after this. There's certain women that it's very few. I can count probably on one hand. There's certain women I've come across that if she gave me a chance, fuck all these damn bitches. Fuck them. Because I know what she could bring to me, not just in a passionate, lustful way, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and things like that. You know, but if that girl ain't gonna give me the chance, and I got this girl right here who she's cool and we having a good time or whatever, then I'm just gonna have a good time. And maybe, but then it could be my growth to maybe just cut it off completely and then really work on myself. And then I probably can bring in, you know, someone if I just go celibate. Now I'm speaking in general, but kind of to myself as well. So it's like, maybe I stop entertaining those girls, the girl that I really deserve, that I've been seeking, that I didn't understand I was seeking, could be right in front of my face, you know? So it's all, but that's when I got to close my lust. That's when I got to close my shit down and be like, you know what? I'm not really pressing for no pussy. And truth be told, I'm not, you know? I can have my fun, you know, but I really don't. If I needed to go months and months at a time, I could.
But do you think that mentality has changed?
As a man, I felt like I always had to, because as men, we always been felt like we need to chase women. It's, you know, it's just, I be feeling like I don't feel like it as much. I just feel like if I ain't had sex after a while, I feel like I had to, because I'm a man. I need to get some. But I had to, but that's because I allow society, when that's what I said, men got to be unplugged from the social world. You can be in the social world, but not be so connected to it. And you got to be unplug yourself from all that trying to be accepted and all this other shit and approval, to where you at one with yourself, to where you're like, you know what, this is my woman right here, and I'm going to be faithful to her, unless they have that understanding, like, all right, we going to entertain women together, or wherever they have to make their relationship work.
And he has to realize, you know, these women is not worth losing this one woman for. I absolutely agree with that. But so we're gonna talk more about relationships and love when we bring my Cojo, that rhymes, on in a little bit. So just a moment, and we'll be right back.
Recording.
All right.
Yeah,
hi,
what's up?
Hey everybody, thank you for tapping back in with us. I have my amazing cousin on, Cojo. Can you say hi to the people, Cojo?
What's going on? How everybody doing?
What up, Cojo, man? When I hear Cojo, I think of Man's Best Friend, or the movie Cujo with the dog and shit. I feel like
my gosh.
Some shit.
Yeah, that ain't the first time I heard that, actually.
That's the first time I heard that.
Yeah, that ain't the first time I heard that, actually. I actually heard that before a couple times.
But you go by CJ too, right, Cojo?
Yeah, I go by CJ too. When I was in sixth grade, I was in sixth grade, my friend Marquette asked me, like, man, what's your real name? And I told him my real name, Colosius. So he was like, man, that's too long. Can we just call you CJ? CJ just stuck ever since. It just stuck ever since.
Man, I like a challenge. When I meet somebody that say they give me their full name and then they have the short name, I'm like, no, what's your full name? So if you say Colosius and then you be like, people call me CJ, I'm like, Nick, niggas be trying to shortcut it. Nigga, I'm gonna call you Colosius. What's up, Colosius?
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Wrong, JT. Colosius.
I mean, it's Colosius. Yeah. But it's all
okay.
good.
See, I didn't hear it. You know, he got the hollow sound right now. You know, Colosius. Okay, see, I got it now. See, but only took
my real name like that too, though, Asiana. So I'd be like, you know what? Just say Asia, just to get it. Say Asia. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Nah. You said you from DC too? Hey, he said born in the same hospital, baby. Providence gang. Rest in peace to the hospital.
DC General gang.
Yeah.
What were you? What was your gang? What were you?
I was born at DC General, and that's gone too. So
how you talking
DC
shit about
hospitals just don't
how you
last
talking
that
shit about
long.
our hospital and your hospital's gone? What the fuck? What is this?
Right, DC go through hospitals like water. So
like, no, word to Georgetown, GW, Washington, but the other ones, let me stop talking trash.
Howard,
Anyways.
Howard.
Oh,
Howard. I'm just kidding.
Howard Hospital. It's cool. Word to Howard.
My man in Silver Spring though, right now in the city. The city that raised me, baby. City that raised me Chappelle too. Yeah, let's go. Silver Spring, baby. Fuck everybody else. Suck our dick.
It's all right. It's all right. Let's just, it's okay.
Because Imani said I've gotten soft over from the this season 2. She said I got soft since season 1 because I started season 1 because I had a son. He's 6 months now, so they say I got softer now. Fuck that. We bringing the hood back. Fuck y'all niggas. Let's go. Fuck it.
So we got D&B in the house. We good. This podcast about to be fire.
Yeah.
So Cojo, tell us a little bit more about yourself. What you want the people to know?
I love to eat.
We see.
I just started with that.
I love to eat.
Now I'm hungry.
I love all good food. All good, like Metro City wings, roof Chris.
Chicken wings, mumble sauce. I'm missing right now.
Yeah, you definitely gotta get you some wings.
Carry out.
Fries. Yeah,
that's all I eat when I get home. When I come home, the first thing I grab every time I come home to visit. I've been in LA 10 years. Every time I come home, I'll get me some chicken wings and mumble sauce.
Gotta get some mumble sauce every time.
The mumble sauce is definitely lovely. Yeah.
Oh, I want some. Cojo, you gotta mail me some chicken wings, fried rice, and some mumbo sauce.
Man, that shit gonna be all hard. That shit gonna be all dried up by the time I got to eat.
I'm putting it in the plastic form. Yeah, I'm gonna vacuum seal that joint. Yeah, and overnight they hit you with the overnight package.
Low key. Okay,
they gonna dig us some. They gonna dig us some weight in there. They're like, nah, nigga, it's just some wings and mumbo sauce. Shit.
I'm not about to play. All right, so you love food.
He fucks with my jokes. Cool. I like him. He in the hallway shooting at his Nas video right now. We in it. We in it right now. Nas like life or death. That was my shit.
Yeah, Nas is like half man, half amazing.
Yeah, they was in the hallway, I think, if I remember.
Yeah.
Money young for that. Cool. Money on those. It's like Nas is like life or death.
Yeah,
I know what Nas life or death is. He's still cute. Anyway, all right, Cojo. So I know JT may end up asking, but before we start more about you, what was life like growing up with me, the angel? Because I was really sweet, right? When I was younger. An angel.
Except for when you put soap on my nose. Yeah,
he said soap in his nose.
I legit used to do that. I used to put soap in his noodles.
Yeah, it had the dish liquid. Yeah, it had the dish liquid in it. But one time
I noodles or your nose?
Yeah, the
noodles, ramen noodles.
Why would you do that for? Like, what prompted you to? What inspired that?
I just wanted to.
Yeah, being spiteful.
Oh, but she was pretty privileged, huh?
Yeah, but nevertheless, I still love her. Like, she was definitely a good cousin, always inspirational.
She didn't get in trouble at all, probably either. They was like, if you put soap in my noodles, they be like, what you do?
Not at all.
Yeah.
What you do? What made her want to put soap in the noodles? I don't know. Ask her.
It's your fault.
I don't know. She's like, I did nothing, mommy. Like, we believe you, baby. We believe you. We believe you.
No, legit. I told my mom about it. She's still surprised. She was like, I thought you were an angel. That's funny. I ran Clinton over with a bike. My cousin, his big brother. I ran him over with a bike and he just laughed.
Oh, pretty privileged ass. You can just do what you want.
Right.
I've been telling her this though. I've been telling her she could get away with shit. She get away with murder. She's like, man, fuck you and your mama. You be like, you know what? My mama do be acting out sometimes,
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. So I used to put soap in his noodles. So Cojo,
record.
All right, back Cojo. So can you tell us a little bit more? I know you did experience being, locked up during when COVID first started. And of course, we heard different things about what that experience was like. Can you tell us firsthand what you experienced when the pandemic first started during your time in?
Well, I remember the day like it was yesterday. It was last year, and it was
just 365 days ago.
Yeah, it was around March, and we was already we kind of already like know when we about to get locked down because we had just watched the news and certain stuff that'll be at a high intense alert and pace, we had no, okay, we gotta get ready to lock down. But when COVID hit, it was nothing we was ready for. It was nothing we was prepared for because of the torment and everything that was going on with the whole ordeal. It was crazy. Okay, so when the first time COVID-19 hit, we was only they was letting us out 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. Okay, boom, we cool with that. Then the next week, it went from 30 minutes Monday through Friday. 30 minutes a day. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Then it got worse. Then the next time, it was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then it just became a complete lockdown, whereas though you only take a shower every 72 hours.
Every 72 hours?
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
Man, I would have to fight somebody. Like, look, hey, I'm mad. I need to get my thing now.
I'm sure.
I
would try to fight somebody.
The next step, it just got worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they started taking the showers. They was taking the water to the facility and cutting the water off. And when you cut the water off, you can't flush your toilet. You see what I'm saying? So you got your water cut off for a whole week. That's a whole bunch of manure and stuff that's in the toilet bowl while you and your celly in that joint.
Oh my gosh.
They give us like 6 bottles of water a day. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, 15-minute call and your time.
Yeah,
your time.
I was about to ask about
That was at a low because you only used the phone when you came out. So yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, when you came out, you know what I mean? That's when you could use the phone call. And they switched up the menu on us. They weren't letting a lot of kitchen workers back in the kitchen. So we would just get like a lockdown, but we get like 3 PB&J sandwiches a day with different type of, you know, like some crackers and some small cookies and shit, and maybe just like a pack of unnamed brand drink mix. That if you drop the powder on the fucking floor, the stain don't come up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's some strong drink mix right there. What was the name of the drink mix? Did it just say drink mix?
It just said fruit. It just said fruit mix. I know the manufacturing company was out of New Jersey.
Oh my gosh, JT.
Hey, so what were y'all eating before the lockdown?
Okay, so this how I usually went. You know, in prison, depending on how long you there, you can have yourself established. And by that, I mean, you can have people that work in the kitchen, whereas though you get a contract, you know, you're going to eat good every day. But when the kitchen got shut down, and we already had a national holiday menu, how we gonna eat. So Monday was always like a Mexican day. Tuesday was chicken patty. Wednesday was burgers. Thursday was fried. No, Thursday was fried chicken and fish Friday.
So niggas was eating good in there then.
Man, it's surprising because the inmates make the food, but they don't really make it with love. They hurry up and steal all the ingredients to the shit, so you ain't getting it in the meal like you supposed to. And they
why they stealing the ingredients for? What are they trying to do? Sell it?
Yeah, they sell the shit. You know what I'm saying?
I was just saying that. I wasn't really thinking it's selling it.
Nah, they really would. They really take the green peppers and onions that's supposed to go in the meal, and they'll just go sell it back at the dorm. You know what I mean? You know,
and niggas have money to buy the shit. Like, look, nigga, I got $2.
Yeah. I mean, I was in the feds, so it was a whole bunch of millionaires in there, like people that really, had some serious charges, whereas though they could be cool. They could have $9,000, $10,000 on their books. It wasn't really nothing, and just the torment of the COs, how they talk to you, how they degrade you because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was a whole bunch of Black Lives Matter shit going on, and people were scared because of the riots and stuff like that. And the COs took that as an initiative to turn it up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow,
It
so
was.
that leaked inside.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I'm supposed to still be locked up all the way to October of this year, but
Yeah, because you was in for what, like 4 years, Cojo, right?
yeah, 4 years. They gave me 5, so it was like, man, I think God had just basically wanted me to feel this final punishment, before I came home. But I knew just through prayer and me just being
Yeah.
confident that I was gonna come home early. I knew that. So
Yeah.
How old are you, brother, if you don't mind?
26.
Okay, that's cool. I'm not saying that's cool, but it's like that's still you. Because I've seen, like, we had a guest on that was in prison. He did 23 years, and he got out like at 40 something, and he went in like at 20 or whatever, and but he's thriving, making big money, construction, all that stuff. So it's like, and it's like, then to get out 26, it's like you still got like your best years ahead. I'm 36. I could imagine if I was to go in right, like I did something now, and I was in for like 10 years. I went out till I was 46. That would be some scary shit right there. Oh goodness, it's like, it's not like I did 16 to 26 or 20 to 30 or to 46. It's like that's so. It's like I was just curious. I was like, so how you feeling now after you got out? Like, where are you at right now, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in life?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm definitely fortunate. You know what I'm saying? From sleeping on that hard bed and being around people with hidden agendas every day, 24/7. That people that just genuinely love you, that just genuinely want you to be happy and want the best for you. It makes me, appreciative. It put me in a good space. I feel like my worst day in prison, my best day in prison, don't compare to my worst day on the street. I always said that. Like a soda don't even taste the same when you locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be the same brand, everything, same price, everything. Soda just don't taste the same when you locked up.
That Pepsi hit different when you out though, huh?
Yeah, definitely. That's the can I was
what
thinking
was that
about.
day like? Because when you came out, can you just walk us through like when it was time to get released? What was that feeling like coming out? And then what was it like to kind of see all the restrictions that were going on due to the pandemic? How was that? Did you feel like you were less what it is called, free, whatever, that because of the restrictions? Like, what was that feeling, that experience like?
That feeling was crazy because I basically was coughing real crazy and FCI Hazleton, and they was like, all right, you cough, you sneeze, you do anything, you automatically get on 14 days quarantine.
Wow.
They wasn't planning that for the COVID-19. So it was coming up to my last 2 days, 3 days of getting released from quarantine. And I knew I had just put in a motion for my lawyer. So it was like Wednesday, 5 in the morning. The CO knocked on the door, bang, bang, bang. I'm like, what? I had an attitude. He was like, I need you to sign some papers. You getting released. And I was like, yeah, am I going back to my unit today? Like, I was cussing them out. Like, yeah, I'm going back to it because I'm thinking I'm going to finish quarantine and they're going to send me back on my unit. Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With my homies at. So he was like, "No, you getting released from prison." So I'm like, "What?"
Yes. Yes.
I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you already been quarantined, so you only got 2 more days left. We're gonna release you." So after that, I went to Marlboro because I had a detainer. I went up there for 2 weeks. Then I was released, and that feeling like I was just asking God, please let me just push through. Let me be with the family. You know what I'm saying? And I left when I got released at 9 o'clock at night. I was a little tired and hungry, but I was more so overwhelmed with happiness. You know what I'm saying? When I seen my mother, we hugged for like a long ass time. Me and my aunt. Then we stopped at 7-Eleven because that was like the only thing basically open. And I stayed in that
I
my
never
Duke's
forget
house.
that. I never forget that phone call. I was like, wait a minute. What, hello? what? You out? I remember. I'm sorry. I'm getting so. I was so psyched. I was like, yes. I was so excited. And during the time, you were in, I know it was a lot of different loss in the family too. I remember talking to Damo, and like while Damo was in like Abuelo or Grammy, passing, he kind of talked about how that was different. And I know recently we lost Daddy-O or Uncle Dolphus. And and you actually made a post recently about missing your father or Uncle Cliff, so what basically what was that like? Hate to ask what that, I'm sure it was emotional. Yeah.
That one hit home. When Uncle Dolphus passed away, that one hit the most because I was supposed to be paroled to go to his house and everything. And then like when I left, a lot of people don't really say this as much, but when you go into prison, most of the memories that you hold on to is the ones you recently had. And going on into prison, I had the last moments of me being on the street was with my Uncle Dolphus. Working down the street. I'm working down the street from his house, and we just spending endless time together. And we just listening to him and everything that, and you know what I mean. So for when he lost and left this world, when we lost him, that was a hard pill to swallow. I ain't gonna lie, and it just kept hitting me randomly. Like it might have been a whole week, 3 or 4, 5 days later, I might just cry. You know what I mean? 2, 3 days later again, I thought I'm over it. I cry again. Just thinking of certain things about the man and how beautiful he was from the inside out. It really just was just know how he died, and know how he died, that just doesn't make it any better.
And that was that's the hardest part for me is like the stuff he went through. But and it's just different kind of. I can't say I grew up. And I didn't grow up without Daddy-O, but now that to kind of live the rest of life without him. And and I know you again. I mentioned you brought up Uncle Heathcliff, so I'm sure it probably hit home even more too, right? To kind of But anyways, that's gonna get too emotional. So rest to those lovely men in our lives.
This is what I want to know. How long you been out for? How long you been out for?
I came home officially February 9th this year.
Yeah.
You been getting you some cheeks since you've been out.
That's the first thing he did.
Token the royal.
Exactly. That's like the first. I think I handled that like within 24 hours. Like it was check-in time.
Who the cheeks? Sorry. That's all right.
I was like, fuck that. This is a dating podcast and stuff. We talking about prison and shit. Let's get to the nitty-gritty on this shit, nigga. Where the bitches at? Yeah. Where they at?
Like I definitely got my hands full now with them, so
Yeah, tell
them. Stay with the girls.
Tell them that they better not expect you to be. Tell them, because me and her right before we got on, we were just talking about men being faithful and women putting pressure on men. Tell them girls or girl, I don't know your life. To, hey, don't put that pressure on me right now. I just got out. I'm mentally there. If I want to get some other cheeks, chill the fuck out. You gotta let these girls know.
When you did an extensive amount of time, and you come back out in the world, you like a kid in the candy store. You want everything that you see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Make sure they understand that, because they're gonna start kidding. Especially if you put it on them right, it's nothing like, what about us? Is this some shit? Hey, girl, I just got out. Leave me the fuck alone. Or you know what it is. Shut up. Let's go.
You can't put no restraints. You can't put no restraints on it.
But I always try to be respectful about it. I try to be like, especially with me, I try to say it in a nice way. Like, look, you can deal with it or you're not. I like you, but look, I'm in my space right now. Look, I'm having fun. You got niggas you flirt with too. Leave me alone. You want to keep fucking? Cool. Let's go. Because some will be down. You come at them right. especially you dig them down right. See, we keep it real now. See, real nigga. When you put it down right, they'll let you slide with some bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
I respect dudes who honest though. I respect dudes who say what it is, and that is what it is. And they don't be playing games. They don't be doing little half truth. I respect that. So good job if you do that.
See, the respect don't get you the cheeks though.
Oh, no, okay. Now we talking about something.
What had I been saying? What I be saying all the time to this girl? People say, I tell women all the time, respect don't get you cheeks.
Yeah.
But that's where the growth is. Do you want cheeks? Do you want more?
Right.
Because no, respect don't necessarily get you cheeks, but if you want more, it might get you more. But
yeah,
no, I feel you though, brother. Respect don't get you the cheeks.
Yeah.
Tell these hoes respect don't get the cheeks.
Respect don't get the cheeks. Because you like, oh, I respect you being honest. Well, you respected my honesty. Do you accept my honesty? Because accepting it means I still get what I want.
I think that's why, you leave it up to the person to, you get what I'm saying? And again, and I think JT just made a good point. Both of y'all making good points that if it's a woman you want something with, you got to be honest about it or whatever. My thing is tell the truth, leave it up to the woman. If she don't want to mess with you after that,
you cannot tell women too much truth.
Because then you just get caught up later though. It's like, oh, I thought you was being faithful.
But at that point, let us deal with that. We'll deal with that. By then, we've already fucked you enough. So then it's gonna be it's not gonna be as easy for you to leave as if. See, when you fuck a girl and then she finds the truth, it's hard for her to leave because she's like, I built that connection. He fucking me good. I can't just leave. He lied. I can't just leave.
Games. Y'all be playing games. I'm saying, but the thing is, then you ruin the trust at that point. Because it's like, well, would you have to lie to me? I get what y'all saying, but that ruins the trust. And that's what men don't realize. You know what I mean? You end up falling in love with this woman.
That's the risk most men will take. You know what? If she finds out this bullshit about me, she found out about my 2 kids, she found out about my other hoes, my wife, whatever. We'll cross that bridge. I'm just using an example. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But right now, I'm not telling this damn girl all that my business. I got a wife and stuff, and I'm trying to fuck this thing, and she's so beautiful and fine. I might not ever get another girl looking like her. No, I'm not telling her the truth.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach.
No, go ahead. I want him to add in because she be thinking I be talking crazy. Well, she's learning now. We 40 episodes in now. She's learning that.
The shit I say. But if women do the same thing, then what?
But right now, we talk about that right now. We talk about because Monty and a lot of girls try to attack the shit I say, and they be like, "That's just you. That's just you." I was like, "No, sweetie. Men think like that. They just ain't telling you that because they ain't trying to fuck up their pussy. Tell her."
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
My gosh. Oh my God.
Because if I'm honest with you and stuff like that, and I leave you to making a opinion or decision, I mean, but it's just like woman is like a job interview. You put on your best to make sure you get the job. Then once you get the job, it's like I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm gonna get the check. You know what I'm saying? Go home.
Put the phone to your face, brother. Put the phone to your face. Closer. Yeah. There you go.
But the thing is, when women do that, y'all be big mad. So what is the double standard?
Because you know why men be mad though, Monty? Because y'all do it out of spite because of what the man did. Now, if that was already who you were before that, real niggas respect that a woman was somebody that was already fucking around, and then that's just who she is. But if you're doing it because of what I did, that's gonna hurt because now you're being spiteful now. If that was just what you did, it would hurt. Like damn, but shit. You're doing it and you're gonna do it worse because you're upset. So you're gonna do some shit like fuck my best friend or some shit. That's worse. I'm just fucking some chick you don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, it be like that sometimes. Y'all shouldn't be doing jacked up stuff to women. Maybe you won't get it back.
But I'm so glad, brother man, on here, man. Because man, women be on my head, dog. When the shit I say. And this is why I don't get the pussy like I get it, but I don't get it like I could because the ones I really like, you should be too real with them. That shit pussy dry up.
Yeah, definitely will. Like me personally, I keep it real, but I pick and choose on what I want to tell.
Exactly.
Let her know, and you know what I mean. Now you ain't gonna run me and understand everything about like women pay attention. So women that use everything that you give them, turn it against you. So you gotta be real selective on what you tell females.
I mean, shoot, because dudes.
Yeah, I've been honest with some. I had girls that I was vibing with, and then I told them some real shit and they respected it, and it changed the dynamic. And it might not have been that serious, but just because it's like, damn, I didn't even have to really tell her that. And it's like, but then it's like you gotta. They want you to be honest, but they want you to. It's like you want you to tell them the shit that's going to tap into their love notes. That's what I call it now. Like tap into their love notes in their mind, body, and soul to make them like, oh. Because no woman, especially like no man, especially I tell my, I'm like, no guy's gonna just be straight, tell you everything. They're gonna tell you, they're gonna be selective. Now, if you was just probably some average looking chick, maybe they would. But even then, they might not tell her the real shit because you trying to get the cheeks. Now, for someone like you really ain't gonna tell you everything because we gotta finesse in there first. You know, if you try to finesse a woman like you. So no, a guy ain't gonna tell you everything, and then he gets cut off the list. No, guys gotta play their cards. They know everybody's shooting at you. So why the hell I'm gonna sit here and tell her every single thing about me? Like that's gonna. Oh my God, he's bared his soul. He told me about his life. You know what?
That dude be sexy though.
Fuck that guy. Fuck all these other men that trying to holler at me. I want him because he was so honest. He was just so honest. He told me everything, things he felt so uncomfortable about. I just want him.
Let me ask her a question.
Oh gosh. Here we go.
A woman of your caliber, right? I'm pretty sure y'all always get blown up on Facebook, different notifications and stuff like that. So when somebody, a creep like me, just 2 in the morning on Facebook, seeing your stories or your pictures pop up, what is something that alert your attention directly, like in your inbox or something? If you get 10, 15 inboxes and notifications at a time, how you know exactly? Like, okay, that's such and such I went to school with, or that's holler at me going today, stuff like that. Like what? How you know?
Because they got so many messages, like how do you choose which ones to respond to?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
that's a good ass question right there. Because I've seen girls be having 250 messages. Like, how do you respond to mine? But go ahead.
Well, when I was single, I'm gonna throw that out there. When I was single, honestly, I used to always respond to the guys. Well, number one, if I knew them or if I knew they were cool, I would respond. But then, like the guys that genuinely were checking in, like, oh, look like you're going through something, you good? Or, stuff like I'm that type of woman that responds to that. Like they may be like, oh, hey, gorgeous, or hey, beautiful, or you look beautiful. I'd be like, okay, thank you. That's all they get. Right. Or if it's the what you doing, please do not send the dry WYD and that's it. I hate that. A lot of women hate that too. It's like, okay, is this what you're gonna ask me every day? WYD? Really? You know what I mean? But the guys who actually kept conversation with were the ones that like actually were talking about interests and stuff. Like if I posted about like a Black Lives Matter thing, he started a conversation about that. Or
that's still chess moves, though. That's still putting in the work. You know what I mean, brother?
Yeah, they put in work. But the dudes that's just like sending the little dry stuff, you be like, okay, open, read, ignore, moving on. You get what I'm saying? You just gotta, just like you do pickup lines outside, you gotta do pickup lines in the inbox. Same difference.
I suck inbox flirting. Go ahead, brother.
What you say?
That's my inbox flirt game's terrible.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, right? They also want to know how to like finesse when it comes to like, okay, what's like a comfortable time frame, and when you talking to somebody beautiful and you want to have sex with them, but you don't really know how to give them the question, like basically like, oh, what's going on? Where we going with that? Like it's most women to take offense, like, oh, you just asked me to have sex with you. I hate the ones that just say, let's wait for the perfect time or the perfect moment, because the perfect time was 3 conversations back.
Right. Your perspective.
Right.
Hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? So how we supposed to know what's the perfect time, or what's the better angle of knowing, having a better opening or understanding when it comes to just you know, naturally want
Making her believe she's more than just sex, even though if it's just sex. Second, that's what I'm just saying.
I mean, that really depends on the woman. I know for me, like I ain't gonna go too much into, you know, my personal on the podcast, but
We just need some game, girl. We don't need your personal.
But I'm saying, like, for me,
Right.
like when a guy doesn't look thirsty, like basically, like the best way to get a woman to open up to you is to basically not intentionally force sex or talk about sex or let her even know that you want sex, even though it's obvious you probably do. Yeah. The best thing is to just go out, have a good time, or, you know, whatever you're doing, have a good time, have genuine conversation. I think a good game is like playing like a little dare game because you're drunk, because it always but let's take alcohol out of it. The best way is to just be genuinely or act genuinely interested in the woman, and she'll actually start to show more signs of wanting it, and then you kind of just go through that door. That's what I say. And that
how do you know she wants the signs though?
That can happen the first date. The signs, a lot of women, like, what we'll do is, like, especially women like me, I don't approach men. I let them come to me. So I'm not used to taking initiative on that. But like, things we'll do is we'll, you know, smile a little more, be a little more flirtatious. We may like start fidgeting a little more, or some women I ask a question about sex or compliment a certain thing. Women have different ways, but you will know. Like, you'll get the clue. You get what I'm saying? Like, she'll do something subtle. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'll ask, because it's like, if you could be going with a girl, how do you know? Because sometimes you might be having a good time, but she might just see you as a good time. It's just, that's all it is. She don't want to take anything else. But how, like, what, not even just in Europe, but like the average woman you may know, you know, what is a sign that the date is going well? She might even want to mess with you, give you some that night or in the near future, but at least want to continue moving forward. How would you know?
I mean, again, that depends on a woman. Like, for me, I'll verbalize it in a subtle way. Like the whole offer of going to the house or hanging out a little longer, or maybe I'll be like, oh, what you doing after this? Or, you know, like, say we're on a date, right? And, you know, and we're at the movies or something. And I'm like, okay, if usually the guy asks first, but if the guy doesn't, maybe I'll be like, oh, you busy after this? Like, you want to chill or something, or get a drink, get to, you know, no, I'm enjoying this conversation with you. Yeah. And then, you know, the more the woman wants to spend time, basically, is what I'm saying. And she's trying to like dig deeper into you or kind of open up a teeny bit more. That's how you'll kind of get the clue, in a sense. Some women just straightforward with it, as y'all know. But like me personally, I'll give y'all an example. Like, guys I didn't like mess with, but I went on dates with, I'll just be like, oh, okay. I'll be a little more standoffish, and I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. It was good. I had a good time. And it's very just short-winded. But like, for the guy or a guy that I'm actually interested in, I'll be like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, we should definitely like get drinks, or we should talk more, or, you know what I mean? That's the difference. I think women are just more, you'll kind of know. You'll just know. You just know. I don't know how to explain it.
Indirect.
I hope that helps. What'd you say?
Indirect.
Women are always indirect. Not always.
Direct, but indirect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of women out here who's straightforward with it, and that's fine. That's their style. But like, my friends and me, the common theme is just like, we just like to be connected to the person. And, you know, if it's a guy that we just want to mess with, we just find sexually attractive, you're going to know, because we're going to try to like you'll feel the sexual attraction. You get what I'm saying? Like, the behavior will be there. The words will be there. You'll tell. You can tell. Trust me.
Let me ask you a question, Imani. How does, you know, let's just say, because, you know, so many women got so many guys holler at them. It's like they always cutting dudes off and quick to block or reject, or they might talk for a little bit, realize that they're interested in stuff like that, or they might go out on a date, eat, and then realize that person ain't interested. Is there a point where a woman might look back at a guy that made a look past this and thought about like, you know what?
Absolutely.
He was cool. Should I reach back out to them? Like, and do they reach out? I've had that happen to me though. I've had like a random like 6 months later. Hey, it's rare, but it's happened, and then I end up dating or whatever. But it's like, what?
Yeah.
In that moment where it's like, all right, because women get hollered at all the time. Women like you get hollered at every second, every day of life. So it's like, how do you just decide like the dates you had, whatever you space that is like, you know what? He was solid. Maybe I should have gave him a chance. Let me see what he's doing. Like, what does that come about? And what does a woman normally will reach out to that person, or does she just say fuck it?
Yeah, normally a woman will reach out. Like me, I've actually had that happen before where, it was a guy who's showing interest. I wasn't interested in him. So I'll just be real dry with the conversation or just not really respond at all. And then I'll kind of go back and be like, oh, wait a minute, he was cool. And then what I'll do is I'll go and I'll like his story or I'll comment on his story to kind of reel him in without being like, hey, big head, how you doing? You know what I mean? I'll kind of like his story, and then usually he'll respond and be like, hey, how you been? But if that doesn't work, or we'll reach out. We'll have our own way of reaching out for sure if we want to.
Well, what is your own way? Because women don't just reach out. Like women ain't just in your day. Hey, just thinking about you. Really?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
If you are what you want, that's what I'm saying. It's like what makes a woman say. And you're right. There's some women do, but and maybe certain men would get it more than others. But it's like what drives you to just be like, I'm going to reach out after all this time, because it seems like girls don't shoot their shot. I mean, these days they girls, but it's like not every girl will shoot their shot. So it's like, how do you shoot your shot?
Yeah.
And I guess that makes sense. Like I just think like a post should be liking a post or making a comment or whatever.
Well, sometimes it is just a comment, but if it's like a thing, I know that's me. And if that doesn't work or he doesn't say anything, which normally he does, then it'll be like, hey, how you been? Or hey, long time no speak. How you been? Something like that is usually a way to get back in, and usually it goes from there. But what was I going to say? As far as women, a lot of the times, if it's not the looks or the money or whatever the guy can offer, especially speaking for me, that's why I said that conversation is important, because we're not going to remember the guy that's like, oh, what you doing? Oh, you look good, or stuff like that. We're not going to remember that because they just blend in with the rest. We're going to remember the conversations that stick out. Like, wait a minute, he had a good little vibe to him. I'm gonna reach back out to him. You get what I'm saying? So,
because I mentioned how I can't tell you sometimes I've been blocked, unblocked, blocked, unblocked. It's like, why are you unblocking me? And then why now you're open to vibe with a brother? I'd be confused because there's times I've been blocking I've just been blocked. But there's times I've been blocked and unblocking. Before you know it, we hanging out and we're dating. I'm like, how did this fucking come about? It's just like, what? It fucks my head up sometimes. I'm like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, hey, how you been?
That's just emotions of a woman. That's all that is.
And they'll just talk to you like nothing ever happened. Like they never just tell you was a piece of shit, that you was just some weirdo, wherever. They just act like nothing happened. And because she's so beautiful, because she's someone you like, you want to let it slide. But in the back of your head, you want to bring it up, but you're like, you know what?
You should let it slide. You should definitely let it slide. Let it slide.
But the writer in me wants to know. Habit, that's different. The writer in me be wanting to know so much. I've been writing my whole life. The writer in me be wanting to know. That's how I get into you see how my scripts are? Hey, your cousin was the lead of my stage play. I did Confessions of an HOE. So,
I was the HOE.
Yeah, so I like it. So, but you see how deep those characters are. I've learned that by asking the questions with women, and I think at times it might have messed up my pussy because I'm trying to understand what she's thinking. She's like, you're doing too much, and then all because I'm trying to learn something that eventually I put in the script.
Okay, I got you. But I mean, listen, even if you lose one, you always bounce back to. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah, I'm never on a shortage of it. It's just, but sometimes it's more the quality though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because us, we got like lower standards than females. Like if we horny and she, you know, her body
you got the go-tos. You got the go-tos.
you got the go-tos, exactly.
The go-to.
But first you're gonna try to go for the ones that you really want first.
Exactly. The head of the list.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you got your main ones. Like, all right, man, she bite, you know. Then I fucking with that, but let me have the backup just in case.
Also, too, like when you're getting to know a female, definitely if I haven't had sex with her, like if she invite me to like a cookout, I don't just make my plate. Like she gotta make the plate because if I make the plate and like one of the family members that's an elder scream on you, like how you supposed to deal with that? You know what I'm saying?
That's so
Damn, nigga, that's your third motherfucking plate, nigga. What
I'm hungry now, Cojo. You making me hungry.
Hey, look, definitely, you know, you done put 2 burgers on that thing and you ask for cheese because you know cheese.
Oh my gosh.
At a cookout, you know, you gotta ask for that. So you know.
Oh, now I'm hungry. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Amen. Okay.
So woman, you gotta let me know when I can, you know, make the plate when I come to the cookouts. You know
Oh my gosh. I mean, listen, I know y'all be feeling like women, there's a shortage or whatever, or shortage of quality women. Imagine how we feel.
No, nobody thinks that. There's no shortage of quality. It's too many women to not be a shortage of quality women.
Right. Nah.
It's just a shortage of quality women who's giving the quality men a chance. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay,
That's what it is.
so
I ain't no hater, but I be trying to figure out how a fat, ugly ass nigga get some of them bad females. Like, you know what I mean? Or a nigga that's broke. How he end up with a badge. But you know, shout out to him because they able to pull it off. You know what I mean?
And they be having a few joints too. And you be thinking the girl be like, he ain't like that, bitch.
Let me tell y'all, it's swag because I never forget in elementary school, it was this dude named Tony. He was bigger, but he had all the girls because he had swag. He was just very, he had a lot of charisma. He was just cool. He got to know the girls. So you kind of fell for him as being his friend, which made you want other stuff. And that's how it works. I'm telling you. Either that or money or whatever. I
just learned something just now. What Imani just said. I just learned something just now. Like about me in high school and growing up and stuff. I think people like me personality wise. Oh, you should have had that angle the whole time, brother.
Yes, that's amazing.
Oh, this angle right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely hurt.
I know. That's what
we're about to wrap it up too, though. You know, we're already an hour and a half into the episode. But I was like, it was crazy because I didn't always get all the girls, even now, but I was always getting the high quality ones. The ones that, and I didn't have the greatest gear in terms of dressing. You know, we struggled, so I didn't really have much clothes and things like that. And I had moments where I did. And I think now what Imani just said, I was like, I had a lot of charisma though. And it's like, people like me, but the way I carried myself kind of made people like a lot of people like, even the popular ones, they like me away from the public. But around everybody, it's like a weird ass JT, but everybody loved talking to me away from everybody. And I feel like, and there was a time period where like my sophomore year, my junior year, where I was swagging up and I was dressing like, and with my personality, and I was getting all the drinks. And then like halfway through my junior year, going into my senior year, I said, fuck this dressing shit. I don't need to dress up for these. Cause I saw how fake people were. And I kind of carried that into my adult years, until recently, like last year or whatever, I kind of carried that because I saw how people acted towards others because they changed, because the way they dressed and things like that. And it was like, that's all I got to do. That's all I got to do is just dress and I get all this attention. And it kind of just, and I never wanted that kind of attention. So I kind of always carry that, you know, I'm not going to dress up, be all looking all swagged out. Fuck, I'm not going to be doing Jordans like everybody else do. I don't want Jordan.
Right.
But it kind of backfired on me in a way.
All right, yeah, but hello.
Go ahead, brother. What were you saying?
But
listen. I appreciate everything.
Yeah, I was
talking
about to
about
say.
and everything.
Yeah.
It was a good conversation. I love to come back on another episode. You know what I mean?
Not like this though. You gonna have to be better prepared, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, I'm gonna have me an iPhone. I'm gonna have me an iPhone probably in like a week or two and everything. And I
What
definitely
you
make
say,
sure my
Imani?
head.
He a real nigga. He knows it's out of love, ain't because girls be so sensitive. Like, come on, Jay, why you so like he cool?
No,
Yeah,
but listen.
yeah,
No, I was just about to ride with you. I was just about to ride with you, Cojo. We enjoyed the conversation. Before you jump off, is there anything you want to say? Any goals or anything before you leave the show?
Bitches get money. No, I'm just kidding. Go
yeah,
ahead, brother.
yeah. Basically, just you know what I mean. If you got any drama or any stress going on in your life, find a way to find your space in your mind and mentally to keep moving forward. And self motivation. If you want it, go ahead and grab that shit because a lot of people not going. Just wait for you to just wait for something to fall in the sky. You got to go get it. And yeah, keep yourself drama free. Always be real with yourself before anything, and just make yourself motivated to do what you want to get done, no matter what it is.
Yes. Thank you so much, Cojo, for joining us. This was amazing.
Thank you,
We got to
guys.
have you back on. Can you tell people where to find you? I guess it's at the bottom of your screen on Instagram.
Yeah, right there. That's my Instagram name, bossed up _ Ciante. My Facebook name, Colosius Haynes. And you could just be prepared. I got a couple urban novel books that I'm writing, something I've thought about in prison, and I'm gonna be pushing them real soon. One of my first books that's gonna drop is called Problem Child. So just
Okay, brother. I think of when you say, hey, let me see if you're a real hip hop fan for this. Problem Child, Jada Kid's 50 Cent diss. You know what I'm talking
about? Would it be 50 Cent?
When Jada diss 50 with the Problem Child?
Yeah. I fuck with Jada hard. Jada Chris is definitely tough.
Yeah, but that's what you may think of when you said Problem Child, because that was this he had 50 Cent called Problem Child.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s, but before hip hop was still good.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the DMX and all that.
Yeah,
all right, Cozo. Well, love you, Cozo. Thank you for jumping on.
I love you too. I love you too,
brother.
I love you too, JT. Keep your head up.
Thank you,
guys.
All right,
fam.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Peace.
Talk to you later.
Okay, cuz.
You can sign off now, brother.
I'm definitely trying to right now. Hold on. Let me see.
It should say leave.
There you go. Leave meeting. Okay.
All right. See yes, that was great. I love that.
Of course you did.
I loved it. It was great. I loved it. My favorite so far.
Of course.
Well, I love my other episodes too. My girls came on and then my homeboy came on, but Cojo, yeah. All right, but yeah, so I wanted to talk to him about police brutality, but he had to go. Thank you again, Cojo, for jumping on. Thank you for tapping in. But first, anything on your watch list, JT? Watch/listen.
Well, now Snowfall's over. I've been watching this show, This Is Us. I'm still in season 1. That's my shit right now. That's all I got time for right now. You know what?
It's dope. I've only seen like an episode or two, but it was some phenomenal acting in that show.
You know what? This Is Us?
Writing. Yeah, and it's great writing too.
I love it. I'm like, I need to catch more on, because or some we're not dating or whatever, but we still have a good co-player and everything. So it was like, because when we were dating and things like that, we used to binge watch on shows. We don't do that these days, but we would. Yeah. We did catch some episodes of Snowfall. And I was like, so we committed, because I saw the first few episodes of This Is Us. I was like, this is so good. So I was like, look, this is a show we're going to watch, whenever we parenting and to get together, we'll throw that show on and stuff. So, you know, that's the show we're going to watch together. And it's a great family show too. So, you know, even though you're dating, I'm glad we able to vibe out and laugh and things like that. You know, because people swear that because that we got something going, we're going to get back together. So I was like, can we just get along? Because I don't even think about trying to get back with her. And I don't even think she's probably thinking about that with me. We don't talk about the shit. We don't talk about dating. It's like when I tell people that, people find it hard to believe. Oh, look, motherfucker, I ain't got time to let.
I've heard of situations where you're just really good co-parents, and that's it.
Yeah, it works out better that way. So anybody who even makes it in this episode keep questioning it, mind your damn business. But no, we're good. People can co-parent. People can co-parent and get along and not talk about dating and fucking each other and things like that. The ones who fucking their baby mothers and that's toxic shit anyway. I don't got that's no, but we could get along and watch a fucking TV show together and laugh with our son and have fun. And I could go out and say, I could say this on here that if she was like, she had a dude, I would not trip. I would not have no ill will. Long as she don't change up on how we parenting.
No, my dude. Well, when you're in a relationship, that's different. Both of y'all single, so that's different. The movies and all that stuff, that's different. My dude, he better not be nope. But that's good. That's good. Y'all got my dude.
I mean, if she end up having a relationship,
but that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Y'all both single. Y'all, have that good co-parent relationship.
That's nobody's business anyway,
but that's good.
But even if she did, and it got to the point where she's like, "Look, out of respect and relationship, you can't just come and watch it and move." I'll be like, "Okay, cool. All right, cool. Just as long as you don't stop me from being able to just see him." Now, how I see him,
you're right. Okay, that's what's important.
I'm mature about this. I'm a mature ass motherfucker, and I'll be tired of people trying to tell me shit. I'll be like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what's going on over here. You don't know.
Right. Shit. All right. Well, that's cool. But like I said, to watch Mortal Kombat. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I think this movie was great. A lot of the times when they redo movies or whatever, it's not really as good as the original, but this one was pretty damn good. Excuse my language. So watch that. It's on HBO Max. There's a lot of movies that came out actually recently, especially on HBO Max. They have everything. I would recommend them as a streaming platform as well, and Netflix and Hulu and all those too. But anyways, yes, any final words, JT, before we wrap this up?
Shout out to all my boo things out there. I know I've been talking shit, but I love y'all. Let me stop. Let me stop.
Oh, yo, boo! You me.
I'm offended. At least I don't care. Nobody can say shit. I don't even have boo things. You said what?
At least you real, because some dudes act like they don't have a bunch of boo things, but they do, and they be lying about it.
Lying, bitches, you fall for it every time, little dummies. Like, go ahead, get played.
Well, I'm
trying to chill.
That's why it's hard to trust dudes right there, because it's like, okay, you falling for it, but then when you're not falling for it, you have trust issues. You know what I mean? It's just dudes just need to grow up. Period. Point blank. That's it.
Like
that's
that. If I had,
that's it. That's that.
If I had the woman that matched where I'm at in all levels, no more boo things, no more nothing.
Right.
But I'm a weirdo, so everybody don't get me, and they don't want to get me. So until then, fuck them. Literally and figuratively. Thank you for tapping in to the Authentic Podcast, Intriguing Nerds.
Exactly.
This was the host of the day, produced by Imani Fe. Great job. Yeah.
Yes, hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the graphics for people who are watching on YouTube. And again, thank you for tapping in with us. You can find us on IG. We're also on Facebook. What? Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I was letting you just close it out.
Yeah,
we got 45 seconds for this daggone thing go. So
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, you can find us on Instagram and under tappin.podcast. Again, thank you for tapping in with us. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. If you ever feel like there's anything you'd like us to talk about, drop a comment. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Yeah, look at body busting up. Motherfucker over here. This is the most you talk right here. You brought your personality out today. You made sure. We got this motherfucker, man. Cairo, get your life together.
Oh, shout out to Cairo too. All right, JT.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Turned up by the way to the max. We turned up by the way to the max. We turned up, yeah. Turned up by the way to the max. We turned up, yeah. Turned up by the way to the max. We turned up, yeah. Turned up by the way to the max. Ay. This shit slap, this shit back. Tell the DJ, won't you bring that back? Turn this motherfucker up, had the whole club.